We are going to the polls. It might not be the US election night, but we could appoint a brand new president. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. We're going to the polls. We asked last week, based on the Mayans MC universe, which spin-off would you prefer to see? And 1.9 thousand people voted. You guys definitely want a spin-off. You guys want to see some more badass bikery on your TV screen. And you know what? I don't blame you. I love SOA. I kind of liked Mayans MC. And Mayans MC could have been great if maybe Elgin James didn't completely ruin it. But would I be up for watching any of these shows? Probably. There's one in particular that I definitely would not want to see, but I'm not going to lie. If it was made, especially if it was made by Kurt Sutter and written by Kurt Sutter, I would give it a chance. But let's be real, Kurt Sutter is not the one true god. He's not the one true king. I'm sure there's multiple people. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are capable of writing good biker TV shows. So the votes are in. Like I said, almost 2,000. 6% of you guys wanted Swole Boys, and another 6% of you guys wanted Broken Saints. So 12% in total, going for two groups that really did not serve much purpose in this universe. The Swole Boys, I guess, played minor antagonists in Season 2, and the Broken Saints played minor, I'll say, protagonists in Season 5. But honestly, if you take the Swole Boys away, if you take the Broken Saints away, are we missing anything? Did it take away any great scenes? Did it take away any compelling stories and interactions? No, it did not. Sam Dino coming in second place with 28% of the vote. Look, I don't mind Sam Dino. My only problem with Sam Dino is we've already seen Sons of Anarchy. This would basically be the same thing, but just on a different charter, without all the big name actors. And the second biggest thing we need to address here is that everybody in Sam Dino's pretty much dead, apart from Terry, who is not dead, but it looks like Sam Dino don't exist anymore. Based on what we've seen in the finale, I think it's fair to say that Sam Dino are done. Sam Dino are finished. They have perished. So I don't think Sam Dino are really still alive. So that leaves, in my opinion, the best option. The only option, well, not the only option, but out of these four, I'd say it's a pretty damn good option, and that is the Grim Bastards. They got 60% of the vote, so unanimous in the end. Well, not unanimous, but, pretty convincingly, the Grim Bastards have won this, so yeah, 60% of you guys want to see it. And I tell you what, I'd like to see it too, because, we can argue they're all biker gangs, and they are, but we got to be honest. The Sons have a different culture from the Mayans, and the Mayans would have a different culture from the Grim Bastards. So even though it's still a biker show, I do believe that we would get a different point of view from this world with different characters, and I would be all for it. I'd like to see how the Grim Bastards go about their business, and I'd like with the Mayans, their main sort of way of making money is through cartels, whereas Sons, it was more through the IRA. It'd be cool to see what the Grim Bastards do, even if they're just like a feeder charter to potentially maybe a Sons charter, and maybe we see the Grim Bastards kind of underneath a charter where they have to maybe do dirty work and they're relying on a bigger charter to get work and to get money and to get guns. I think there's definitely big things you could do with the Grim Bastards. As for like Sam Dino, any SOA charter and Mayans charter, they feel like big deal. I think Grim Bastards are like a level below them. So I do think it'd be a pretty good concept, and they would be essentially, I think if we had a Grim Bastards show, they would be a small fish in a big pond, if that makes sense. Whereas Sam Crow are a big fish in a big pond, the Grim Bastards are definitely like a step below that and a step below the Mayans. So yeah, no, I think it would be interesting. They wouldn't have the power that we've seen the Mayans have. They wouldn't have the power that we've seen the Sons have. So it would be a different dynamic, and I would be all for it. But yeah, let's get into the comments, because there was 66 of you guys commenting here. So let's see what you had to say. I'm not quite sure what order we're going to go through these comments in. I will sort them by, we'll go top, I'll go newest first. There you go. Cannot argue with that. HI5 said none of the above. Okay, he doesn't want a spin-off. Susali Kusap said the Grims ain't got T.O. He was the one a spin-off should have been about as their upcoming story. He was the president for over a decade. That's why he got a full patch out of a sign of respect for that position amongst others. T.O. was worried they would fold. Low members. How would they rebuild to rival anyone like the Calavaras? Clay called them a bullshit MC. Who would the Grimm's enemies even be? Well, that does kind of play into what I'm saying. I think if the Grim Bastard show does happen, it is going to be interesting because they're not going to be this big force. They're not going to be this big charter. And if they do get involved with the Suns, if they do get involved with the Mayans, they're never going to be able to go head-to-head with these charters, so they're going to have to play it smart. They're going to have to rely on alliances. And I just think it would be a different dynamic. So I totally understand that the Grim Bastards are not on that level. But we've already seen 2 shows where we've had the Mayans and Suns be basically the big heavyweights in their division. I think it'd be interesting to see the Grim Bastards, who are, like I said, a lot lower in the pecking order than those guys. Rashams said none of them. Sports Talk, Abel and Thomas, bring back Sam Crow. Definitely. This poll was only to show 4 different clubs from the Mayans/Suns MC universe that could be in a spin-off, but everyone here was in Mayans MC. That is why this poll was put up. It's not necessarily me saying this is the 4 most excited spin-offs, the 4 spin-offs I want to see the most. Not at all. Definitely not. It's more of a case of me saying these 4 clubs were in the Mayans. What would happen if they got a spin-off, and out of the 4, which one would you rather see? So it's not me saying I want to see any of these, but I would accept a Grim Bastards spin-off. Probably the other 3 I wouldn't, but I would like to see Grims. Jeffa Borowski said Letitia and Hope. Nah, man, unless it's like a porno or something, I'm just not really interested in seeing Letty and Hope, no, as a spin-off. I'm going to have a hard pass on that, man. James Wilson, none of them. Okay, that seems to be a reoccurring comment. Drama Sid ETV, if Kurt is not at the help, yucks, no thanks. The Big Boss said none of them above. Let's get back to Suns or Sam Crow. Josie Godai said Grim Bastard spin-off would be sick with Sam Dino Mayans as cameo appearances. Yeah, definitely. I would like to see that, but of course I think Sam Dino are done now, so I don't think we're going to get that. Lisa Witten, let it rest no more. We also have Mayans started good, but now they started way too many storylines. It just seems rushed and not written as well as Suns. They didn't even have enough seasons, in my opinion. True, but let's be honest, just because the Mayans underperformed and didn't really deliver what we were hoping, doesn't mean a future spin-off would not. So, yeah, that's proof. So, Suns was great, and then we got Mayans. Everyone's expecting Mayans to be great because Suns was great, and then everybody was kind of disappointed with Mayans. So, just because you're disappointed with Mayans doesn't mean the one that follows is going to be bad, and just because Suns was great doesn't mean the one that's going to follow, aka Mayans, is going to be great. So, it's impossible to tell based off the last show if it's going to be good or not. The Rave Music Archive said a mixture of Swole Boys, Sam, Dino and Grim Bastards. The Broken Saints can feature in episode 1 and get totally obliterated in an action-packed premiere. I like your thinking, mate. I like your thinking. Broken Saints, just wipe them out. Wipe them out. Don't let them come back. Line them up. Take them out. Boom, boom, boom. They're no coming back. T-Clone Wolf, I didn't think female can become MC members of their own. Realistically, it wouldn't make sense. Like a female MC got up against male MC members, let's be real. It's only going to end one way, but we know that the Mayans is pretty woke. It's a lot woker than SOA was, and they were all about pushing, diversity or whatever, and strong, powerful women. We've seen that with how much screen time and how prominent the characters such as Emily and Adelita were. Even likes of Hope and Letitia got thrown into season 5 for no reason whatsoever other than the fact that they were women. So I'm not surprised that they did this whole female MC, but yeah, I get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I can guarantee this would not have happened if Kurt Sutter was there. So some people are saying maybe Disney wanted it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Elgin James done it on his own. Casanova Wickens said, definitely the Bastards, but I take any of them besides the most useless MC of them all. Looking at you, Broken Saints. Yeah, we're all looking at Broken Saints. They suck. Jaden Denman, Mayans MC was just an unfortunate situation, but if Kurt is rehired by FX, I definitely still see another hit in this universe, like First Nine about John Taylor and Sam Crow, about Abel and Tom. Yeah, that's the two that I think we all want, let's be honest. Big Jaden, my man. You're right there. I think we all want to see those two spin-offs. But we're just looking at the possibility of maybe something else happening. But yeah, those are the two that we all want to see. Set in XL said, mine started off as Kurt and Elgin, then became Elgin and his group of yo-yos, then stories went everywhere and nowhere at the same time. High Five says the show is still bad when Kurt was a part of it, but I'm looking forward to Kurt's new Netflix show coming out this fall. You know what? I'm actually kind of going to agree with... I'm not going to say it was bad, but I'm not going to sit here, guys, and lie, and I'm going to take a drink of my orange Lucasade here, but I'm not going to say that it was great with Kurt Sutter. I enjoyed it more with Kurt Sutter. I thought the show was better with Kurt Sutter. But there was a shitload of problems with the first two seasons. I mean, basically, outside of Angel, Easy, and Coco a little bit, none of the club members really get developed. None of them have personalities. No word of a lie. I'd watched Mayans a couple of times. I watched the first few seasons a couple of times, and I didn't even know half the names. I didn't know Taz's name. I didn't know Hank's name. I didn't know these guys' names. I didn't know anything about them. When you watch Sons of Anarchy for the first time, even after like a couple of episodes, you just know that you've got obviously Jax, who's like the VPs, Charlie Hunnam, you've got Clay, the big bad Prez, Chibs, the guy with the Scottish accent, then you've got Tig, the fucking crazy man, who is basically going to do whatever Clay tells him to do. You've got Bobby, like the fat Jew that does accountants. You've got Piney, the big fat guy that doesn't ride anymore and he probably smells like shit. You've got Juice, who's like the funny guy, who's like the younger of the club, who's getting made fun of. He's like the geek that can break in and hack shit. I mean, everybody in Sons had their own different personality, their own different like individuality. Mayans never really had that. And that's what I will give Elgin James credit for. I feel like in the later seasons he did try and do storylines outside of the club with the club members. Now, I'm not saying they were good. I'm not saying I enjoyed Gilly's storyline. I really did enjoy the Creeper stuff and him getting with Cody. I thought that was done well. As for Gilly and his friend and his son, no, I didn't care for that. Hank and his mum, I didn't care for that. But at least he tried. He did something that Kurt Sutter didn't do, and that was try to add depth and add more layers to these Santo Padre members. So, but then again, if you look at it, I mean, in Sons, not many of the characters had their own individual stories. Although towards the end, I guess they did, but at the start, no one really. The only one that really outside of the club, and obviously outside of Jax, that got anything was Opie, and we were dealing with him and his family. But yeah, in the Mayans, we just didn't get any of that in the first few seasons. So. And if you think of every Sons character, everyone probably had their own big story arc. You got Chib, obviously, and Chibs is dealing with, why am I calling him Chips, like the Broken Saints member? Jesus Christ. But you had Chibs dealing with the IRA and Jimmy O'Fallon, Opie and his family, Donna pushing him out the club. Later on, you Tig, and I guess you could say him and his daughter killing Damien Pope, all that stuff. Obviously, Jack's always had his own shit going on. Bobby kind of had that his own story when he like sleeps with Luann and he feels guilty, and Otto kind of blaming him. So yeah, when you look at it, and then you get Juice in season 4 when he's got the whole daddy thing going on. So yeah, you look at the Sons and they all had, and it wasn't filler. It wasn't, oh, my mum's sick and I have to put her in a hospital like Hank. No, I mean, the storylines that the Sons had were fucking important. So yeah, I just think that Mayans did it really, really bad. But I think Kurt Sutter possibly could have been better in season 2. Right, where were we? Jade, my man, I know a lot of people want the universe to end, but I don't. I still want Kurt Sutter's vision of the universe, which is 4 chapters. Sons of Anarchy, Mayans MC, First 9, Sam Crow. Sounds good to me, man. And I don't know if Kurt Sutter ever mentioned it, 4 chapters, or whether you're just assuming he wants this, but if you offered me this right now, if you said that we're going to get 4 shows, then after that, no more, I would take this because that is what I want to see. I want to see First 9, and then I'm assuming Sam Crow would be with a time skip with Abel and Thomas. So, I mean, I'm all for this. Hopefully we do get to see those two. Eugene Smith said First 9. Hunter Halgas said, I would like to see a Sam Dino / Grim Bastard spin-off taking place after the war and see those two going at it, both perspectives equal screen time, and would want some crew members and Santo Padre members making appearances, and the first episode one of the two clubs should wipe out the entirety of the Broken Saints. Everybody seems to want the Broken Saints wiped out, so I think we can all agree, guys, the Broken Saints suck. No one likes the Broken Saints at all. I mean, no one. Fucking Broken Saints suck. They suck so bad I need to take another drink here, man. Thinking of the Broken Saints is getting me thirsty. It's hard work thinking of the Broken Saints. Right. Where were we? Here we go. Michael Folger said none of them. After the disaster of the Mayans' 5th season, James shouldn't be let near anything on motorcycle clubs ever again. No, I agree. Obviously, I wouldn't want James to be in charge of any of the 4 shows. But it's like I'm not taking into consideration that he would be the lead writer. I'm obviously hoping without him. It's probably not going to be Suter. If any of these shows do happen, it probably won't be Suter, but at least we can hope it wouldn't be Elgin James either. Nicky O'Connor said, depends on how woke you go, because the wokeness in this series was terrible. It was. Even from the beginning, just the pushing a female, it was woke. I'm not going to sit here and deny it like it was very fucking woke. La Cosa 24X said, Broken Saints for sure. They are what makes the show. Emily going to the store, walking around 40 minutes an episode, staring at things. I really adore those scenes a lot. I enjoy Easy just riding his bike in episode 9 before the finale and staring into the sky. I loved watching Hope and Letty. I'm kidding, I like the damn show, but way too many filler. I don't know. What they did in season 5 was worst, and it should have been the best, but if you mind, you can only go far, and if you can't expand your imagination, then those writers should do some other shows. Maybe it's not their type to write. I like the show, sad it's ending, but they wasted too much time with fillers and dumb stuff. We needed more MC stuff, action, and especially in season 5, we only get to see Easy as president for one season. Maybe they didn't think they were going to get cancelled because this season didn't feel like a final season whatsoever. I think we can conclude that they didn't know they were getting cancelled. They were expecting at least 6 seasons. Elgin James said he wanted 6 seasons, and he didn't get 6 seasons. So, I mean, it's unlucky that they didn't get what they wanted, but it still doesn't excuse a really, really poor finale season, does it? I don't think so. Arnold Dodd Dement, Grim Bastards, okay? CWF said none of them. Mayans MC5 has been horrible. No more spin-offs needed unless it's SOA First 9 or something with Thomas and Abel. I can't agree with that, to be honest. I mean, that's the 2 spin-offs that we want to see. Altifer said meh. Ama Gutierrez said none. Honestly, the Suns are the best, so anything after that, in my opinion, worthless, diluted, played out. Mr. Wolf said they should do a prequel and show how Sam Crow got affiliated with the Niners, Mayans, Chinese. Just show them all. But that would cost too much in production, and you would have to bring the actors back somehow, but that'd be cool. I mean, I would like it. It would be interesting. But I don't think we're going to see a prequel with all the Sons of Anarchy actors. We're not going to see that. The only thing we'll see a prequel is First 9. And that makes sense. I don't think we need to see another show with all the same actors. Don't get me wrong, I love Sons of Anarchy, but we know how it ends up. We know what happens. I don't think we really need a prequel. And how long can a prequel go? You know, I don't think realistically you can get that many seasons out of a prequel that features like the current crop of SOA members that we had in season 1 of the Sons of Anarchy show, so I'm not really for that. David Gomez said, Grim Bastards MC and Swole Boys MC. Swole Boys will work for Sam Crow, Sam Dino until the end. Sam Crow, Sam Dino patch over the Swole Boys MC, transforming themselves into outlaw motorcycle club wearing Reaper cuts and getting rid of the sports bike and riding chopper or motorcycles instead. Nice one. Yeah, I would get rid of the sports bikes and bring out those choppers. Andrew Smith said, I think there should be an Emily MC spin-off. She already has been shown how to shoot a gun, and next she should be shown how to ride a Harley. Then she should form her own code MC called The Emilys. Oh man, The Emilys. I can't think of anything worse. the fucking Emily's, man. Do we want to see it? No. I think the only Emily scene I ever enjoyed when she was like naked in the bath and like you almost got to see something in season 3, and then we went from almost seeing naked Emily to Galindo nearly drowning Emily, so that was like 2 good scenes back to back. But I mean, other than that, yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Emily. MDPO said, I've been saying it for years, them and the One-Niners, they need to do a show together. It's funny you say that because I've been saying the same thing. I don't get how they went the whole Mayans series without the Niners or the Chinese. Craziness, they didn't even get mentioned. It is crazy they didn't get mentioned. Why is it crazy? Because I'll tell you why. It is, I don't know how many times it's addressed and clarified and stated, but in Sons of Anarchy, we know that the Niners and the Mayans, that is the big beef. The Niners are the Mayans' new rival. Now, yeah, historically, it might be Mayans and Sons, but the Niners and the Mayans are always competing with their heroine. They're always competing against each other to see who owns the streets. So it didn't make any sense how they had completely no beef whatsoever with any Niners in Mayans MC. I didn't understand that. I mean, I could almost accept the Chinese not being in it, especially because it looks like Jax kind of did wipe them out in Season 7. But not to have the Niners involved in Mayans MC, I thought was a big a big mistake. Nilness Stark said, they all have potential depending on how this ends. We'll see. Khalid Connect said, the people that voted Broken Saints are all women. Or maybe there's something else here, but there's certainly, I don't know, I'm not saying anything. Don't want to offend anybody, but yeah, I'm not sure why you would vote Broken Saints. Miguel Mujica said, after this Mayan debacle, just let it go. I mean, fair enough. I don't think the Mayans is that bad. It wasn't great, but Season 5 definitely sucked. But I wouldn't say no to seeing another series just because Mayans was a letdown. Siren Loud said, I'd like to see a series called The Mayans vs. Sons of Anarchy. Whereas Uranus' dad and Angel becomes evil villain he was meant to be. Jeff Dollar said, none. This show was ruined this season. I mean, a lot of people seem to think that, and I mean, it wasn't great. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was not great. I don't know if it ruined it. I mean, it certainly ended it on a low. Probably, definitely, in my opinion, the worst season of the series, but James Toner said, fuck the Broken Saints, give us the Grim Bastards, the First 9, SOA prequel, and the Abel and Thomas SOA sequel. So, yeah, no, that works for me. I would be happy with all 3 of them. Ains Stainton said, none. Mayans fucked it up. They did fuck up. They just, every time the Mayans had a good thing, they just could not let it go. I mean, even in the show, it's like Quinn said it best, you guys kill each other more than we kill yous. It's like they fucked up so many fucking deals. Even at the end of Season 2, it looks like everything's going well, and then they just go and kill the Fatos, and just lame. I mean, they messed it all up. They messed it all up for themselves. Jeff Refuse said, just give me a SOA prequel with the original 8. I believe you mean 9. It was first 9. Or original 8 if you prefer. Who do you want to cut from that? Are you cutting somebody? Are you just going to make John Teller disappear? JT, you're out of here? I don't know. Albert's crew said neither. That shitty writer fucked up the show and killed the entire universe for me. Damn, that's a bit hard. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I'd still like to see the universe continue. We can't have Elgin James kill it. No, we can't have that. I mean, he tried to kill it, but we can't have him officially end the series. No way. Mario Strada said, none of the above. If Kurt Sutter is not involved, I don't care for it. Mine's got ruined when Kurt Sutter left. I mean, a lot of people think that. I mean, I kind of think it too, but again, it definitely, I don't know if it got ruined, but it definitely went on a decline. Season 5, though. Season 5 did suck. I'm not gonna deny it. Finally, Mario Bandit said, I think we should take a break from all the spin-offs. I feel strongly that we've shoved this type of narrative a lot, but depending on how strong the story script is, the type, director and direction goes, 2 of these stories are done and predictable. 2 of these stories are done and I'm assuming he means what? Sam Dino and I'm assuming he means Sam Dino and Grim Bastards, because we kind of know how the Grim Bastards end. Although, I guess we could argue, I mean, the only thing you could argue is, if they did bring Broken Saints back, you would have Letty in it, but, I mean, that's not enough. I don't give a shit how hot she is. I don't want to see a Broken Saints spin-off. Not at all. Anyway, guys, that's it. You guys want to see the Grim Bastards. 60% of you guys voted for Grim Bastards. Will we get any of these spin-offs? I don't know. I think if we are going to get one, I definitely believe the most likely is the Grim Bastards. However, we can't forget that we do live in an extremely woke world. So therefore, I would not rule out Broken Saints. I cannot see anything to do with Swole Boys. Sam Dino's pretty much done at this point. So yeah, it's either going to be Grim Bastards or Broken Saints. There's no way it should be Broken Saints, but considering how woke of a world we live in, I could see it being the Broken Saints. I really, really could. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Been Fog Entertainment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And of course, until then, peace.